Hello, I'm Underway and welcome back to another episode of my Hearts of Iron 4 playthrough as Communist Greece, where we have liberated France now and we are pressing on east into Germany to try and link up with our attacking forces in the east. My front line's getting a bit warped here, I don't want it to be so long. It's just to really concentrate on attacking east. We've almost reached that first front line. That's our second objective. Let's carry on the offensive. I think it is just a matter of time now until Germany capitulates. And I'm both pleased that we've survived this long and a little bit questioning of the AI, because I kind of feel like Germany should have beaten us when Russia collapsed, and they had all these divisions that would have been fighting the Germans. I feel like if it had been me, I would have just crushed Greece, because I have almost no manpower. I've got divisions that are made up of, a few thousand men guarding an enormous front line. Our concentrated offensive in this area should have been able to break through and swing down and take my core regions. We're going to have to change manpower law very shortly. And this is really tough resistance now. Let's change this purple army's front line. I'm really just bothered about them taking Munich. Germany is getting itself surrounded. Lithuania have stayed neutral and independent this whole time. Yeah, I think it's probably quite costly. So most of our drop in manpower is originating from this offensive. This terrain is brutal. Oh, and this is of course the Maginot Line, so we should probably abandon this. I didn't notice or realise that this is actually the Maginot Line we're attacking now, or at least coming up to it. 10 out of 10 for. Yeah, so attacking this way is probably not a goer, because these regions are incredibly well fortified. We'll need there to be another offensive coming from somewhere else. I think we will redeploy our 23 divisions round to this front. Let's at least take what I would consider to be our best divisions from here. Should do. Want them all on this front line. We're lengthening the front line a little bit here, but that is really what I'm interested in, is taking Munich. This is essentially a rabble, paratroopers and military police units. Not much use to them. If you're getting to do some garrison duty, is there any regions here that have lots of factories? Lombardy has quite a few, it looks like. Though a lot of them now must be so beaten out with the list of repair orders I've got to do. I don't have that many civilian factories to do them with, we're only doing 3 at a time. Still, these guys have all now arrived. River crossing. Well, we haven't got river crossing from this region, or this region, only from, well, here basically, across this front here. The two armies combined here should be able to defeat them. Surely. I mean, it is, you know, 46 divisions, 45 divisions. That's a significant proportion of my armed forces. I have 15 infantry divisions here. That's a lot. One of you can stay behind. But 14 stood in one province. That's a lot. This front's getting thin, but I'm not really bothered because it doesn't seem like the AI can do anything about it. Like with a concentrated push, they could smash this front or this front really quite easily. But the AI doesn't do that for some reason. I've pushed across here. I want them all to attack. Right, let's give us a go. Come on, let's get over this defence line they've been screwing us over with for ages now. This attack's promising. This is our biggest contribution to the war, it's just taking Munich. Berlin is now very shortly going to be attacked by the Allies. They're not far away from Frankfurt again, or Brandenburg. I don't know what city this is exactly. Oh, Magdeburg. Excellent. I'm going to carry on coming south, I think. Oh, whoops. Zoomed out a bit far there. Okay, we've almost got Munich surrounded on two sides now. We're very close. Can we take it? If you push in, and if you push in. 93. Almost there. It's going up. 48 divisions attacking into one area. But I'm attacking from multiple sides, and Munich has fallen. 9th of September 1944, after about 3 years of trying to do so, Munich has fallen, finally. And Germany is now 60% towards capitulating. Well done, that's brilliant. Now we just got to get to the we get to this river line here will be our next objective. Try and hit this from, try and surround these guys defending the Maginot Line. There's no point taking Prague, that's not part of Germany. Try and take Nuremberg, I suppose, and Württemberg. I'm going to promote a field marshal. Having two generals is fine, I think. Just lengthen Purple's front line. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so new offensive lines for these two armies. It's going to be to get, well, basically across the river here. We are making progress, it's quite slow though. Taking these two regions here. That thickens our front around Munich a little bit, so it's not just sticking out. Stuttgart is not too far away. Okay, we're on a minimum low manpower, let's raise it up. Scraping the barrel. That's given us 435,000. with further hits to our production. Germany 64% towards capitulation. We're still having trouble, but the terrain is now leveling out a bit. These are all plains, just some hills here. But yeah, the terrain is now starting to ease a little bit. The enemy haven't really made any attempts to come through Turkey again, which is interesting. There are British divisions over here now, 19 of them in Sevastopol. Not sure why. They've left a gap in their lines we're exploiting. Go on, cut them off. Being assaulted. These guys will probably get there first. 15 hours. Yeah, they got there just before us. But we are pushing up fairly nicely. That's an extraordinary front line now. Runs all the way around here. But France being back on the map is excellent. I'm also surprised about how long my production hasn't really held up at all. We've got big deficits in lots of things, but I've still got a surplus of light tanks. And considering I have that massive deficits in steel, oh, I can get steel now. Oh, I assume because you've linked up here. I didn't realise. But need this steel here from the UK. Awesome. Now we can get oil from the Netherlands, and we can get tungsten from Portugal, and rubber from the Netherlands. And now our production is back on track. We don't need probably light tanks at that. We put infantry equipment as top priority. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, now that we've linked up with the Allies, I didn't realise we did it ages ago, but I haven't checked the menu, so cool. Trying to make breakthroughs down here still. Zurich and Switzerland have nearly now been surrounded all the way around by the Allies. Well, no, by the Allies on the Comintern. I'm still technically in the Comintern. Okay, this is a rather large offensive that I'm broadly holding off against. I'm losing some of these battles. Mostly I'm holding up though. We're nearly at Stuttgart. Germany's still at 64%. They've taken a few regions here. Budapest has fallen. Okay, now it's a little bit more concerning. They're a long way off even getting close to getting into our core regions, though. A long way off indeed. Some things to be researched. Some strong attacks here though, going across the river. I think this is still the Danube, because it links up. Well, it links up with the Danube, definitely. Comes down here. So we still hold the Buda side of the river. They hold Pest. They've yet to cross the Danube. In any way, really. Still got some focuses to do. They're all basically redundant now, but we'll still research them. Mechanized. Let's go for that. Is there any more nuclear research I need to do? Let's do rocketry. Or experimental rockets, either way. Stuttgart is now under assault, which is good to see. Failing though to assault it. They've got quite a few divisions in there. Oh come on, you're right next to Berlin now, take it! And they're still making no progress towards Frankfurt. How are we doing in the east? Okay, not great. We're now being pushed back to here. I think we are going to roll back to this fullback line very shortly now. We need to lengthen it to make sure that we okay, what's happening there? Why is the fullback line set for this army group? That's the wrong one. Okay, so we'll say from here. Oh, that's not right, is it? No. We want to go from... Well, I want to maintain Munich. So we'll just say that they're going to fall back in this direction, south, behind the river. Don't want to let them cross the river. And we could try and maintain Bucharest like that. We're down to 61 divisions on this front, which means some are dying. Okay, pull back. We might need to have a think about whether we can maintain any of these kinds of offensives. Whether it's time to sort of call it a day and allow the Allies further north to oh, let's try and take Stuttgart. Okay, they've all joined the wrong army group now. Let's just put a field marshal in charge. Make this all a lot simpler. All of these divisions are going to be policing this front line, and your objective is take Stuttgart. Comprende? Why are you still saying you haven't got an order? You have got an order. I've just given you it. Don't worry about it, just get out of there. Oh, we've lost a division. Come on, let's retreat. You can't do any good. Not too worried about the terrain we're losing. Get out of there. Okay, you're screwed. As for these two guys, they are still preparing. I'm not sure what's going on over here. I mean, we can't assault through this way. This is all Maginot territory. We might be able to take this guy. That's one province. And if they haven't got anyone garrisoning here, we might be able to rush through. So that's probably unlikely. Let's launch our assault here. Taking Stuttgart and potentially pushing across here will be our final offensive contribution. And then we're going to redeploy and try and push them back here. Counter-attack. Because it's not looking very good at the moment. It's not looking very good at all. They've cut us off. Alright. On second thoughts, we can't hold across the river. Get behind the river. Ah, you're going to get encircled. Yeah, our eastern front is now in a little bit of a panic. Can't take. Oh, we've taken Stuttgart, it's fine. Right, so how do we then redistribute our divisions? Because we've taken it now, but I'm not sure we can hold it. We're going to have to sort this out. I could just add them to this 60 and just create one enormous front line. Let's do that. Everyone is going to be on this line. We're going to hold everything we've taken as much as we can, but it's gone down. What have they retaken? Vienna. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. I forgot about Vienna. Well, if the Allies get a move on, actually take the regions, then it won't matter, but they're not really doing anything worth mentioning. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here, and I'm going to end the series here. This is the last episode of my Communist Greece playthrough. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now that we've taken Munich, that's our final goal sort of achieved. We managed to take Munich in the end, which is really good. And the war, as I see it, is essentially over for Greece at this point. Our manpower is basically spent, and we're just defending and waiting for the Allies to win the war elsewhere, which I'm sure they will eventually. It's just taking them a long time to do so. So yeah, that's the end of this campaign. We did well. Taken over all of Italy and Turkey, really. Even when Russia collapsed and we had no resources for half the game. I think we did pretty damn well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.